What's up, everybody? It's your man, Key Bryant, and welcome to Keeping It Real Estate in the First Row. I am having a great day today, you guys. I mean, it's been busy, but it's been a great day. I feel good. I think I look good. I got rid of the scruffies, the patchy little, you know, uh, beard I was trying to grow there. Got it cleaned up, y'all. What do y'all think? Y'all like it? I like it. Looks good on me. No, just wanted to say what's up to you guys and get ready for this nice show. It's going to be a good one today. It's going to be why you need an agent when purchasing a new construction home. All right, very important. I know new construction homes are very popular right now. Turnkey properties, I mean, excellent properties to move into, but you absolutely need representation. We're going to talk about that today. But before we get into that, please make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the First Row, and interact in the live chat. Any questions you have, any comments, please feel free to ask them, and we'll try to get to you right away. At least I will. And before we get on topic, let's also talk about interest rates. Now, we are at a all-time, I'm not going to say all-time, but a new low. We're at a 4.13 interest rate today here in California, y'all. That means you should be buying a property straight up, or at least refinancing, right? If you have a high interest rate. Right now, 15-year fix is at a 3.47, right? 3.47 interest rate. That's a last week. It's a 0.11 basis point. That's how much it dropped. So 4.13. We haven't seen numbers like that in a while. We also definitely talk to your loan officer, find out how you can take advantage of those great interest rates. All right. So let's just get into the topic again. Why you need an agent when purchasing a new construction home. Okay. Number one, builder contracts and the process can be very, very intimidating, right? So when you have somebody that is getting ready to purchase a new construction property, and you see these long contracts, these forms that they hand to you at the very beginning, can be very intimidating. You definitely need an agent or representation that can basically translate that contract for you, because it's totally different than the California or Department of Real Estate forms and contracts. They have their attorneys that send over these 23-page documents for every single disclosure and every single contract that's out there. So you definitely need representation to tell you exactly what's on those contracts and forms. Okay, number two, the agent or the sales rep inside the model home, inside the office, they directly work for the builder and they represent the builder. Okay, they don't represent you. As much as they want you to believe that they're representing for you, and they'll say, we can try to do this, we can try to get that. No, they're there for the builders. They are meeting the builders' goals. They are not interested in your goals, right? As a matter of fact, they're trying to upsell you every chance they get. All right. So they may come off very, polite, very pleasant. They may come off, very personable and like they're really working on your side. But at the end of the day, they are working for the builder. Okay. And that's very important for you to know. When you have your representation there for you, they are going to make sure that they are fighting for you and doing their due diligence to represent your best interest in the purchase of your new construction, your new build home. Okay. Number three, now you typically want to work, well, not typically, but you always want to work with an agent that is experienced, especially experienced in new construction. And the reason why is there's certain things, there's certain tips that that those agents will know, right? And one of those things is that builders, they will, toward the end of the quarter, so the end of the first quarter, end of the second, third, or fourth, and especially in December, they want to make sure that they are meeting all their goals. They have someone to answer to. They have to answer to their holders and their investors, right? So they have to answer it to them every single quarter. So they're trying to sell as much as they can. And usually these builders become very aggressive with incentives and with some of the design center incentives as well. So If you have an agent that's going to be able to understand what's happening towards the end of the quarter, that agent is going to direct you to a new construction build and help you to get those incentives, negotiate them for you. And this ties into number four. Builders do not change the base price of the home. Okay, that is very, very rare. And the reason why they don't change the base price of the home is that those homes have already been appraised. And once they change the base price on that home, that comp, it becomes a comp for future sales. So if they're in phase two and they have 5 phases to go through, they're not going to change that base price at all, because that's going to drastically change what the prices are going to be for the next phases. So the way that they do incentives, and the way that you want to negotiate, is always through incentives, closing cost incentives, and the design center incentives. These are ways for you to change the out-of-pocket expense that you might have to spend. It may also help you with some of the upgrades, where you can get wood floors at a discount. So if the wood floors typically cost 18,000, you can negotiate and probably get them only for 10. Right. So these are the ways that you negotiate, and these are ways that your agent's going to negotiate for you in a new construction type build. Okay. Um, Next one, which is very, very important, is get everything in writing. Okay. That is the standard. You have to get everything in writing. And again, your agent is going to make sure that they put it in writing, because there's so many times that I've heard stories of sales reps that walk in with the buyer, or the buyer walks in, is looking through the model homes, and the sales rep is just selling, just saying all the good stuff that the buyer wants to hear. Yeah, absolutely. We might be able to throw in that cabinet for you, right, at no cost. Or you know what, we might be able to throw in the farmer sink basin for you at no cost, right? And they're saying all these good things, and you're taking the word as truth, as a contract, and the word is not valid. You have to get it in writing. Okay. And that's why your agent needs to be there with you, because your agent's going to hear exactly what this sales rep is talking about, and is going to put it in writing in an addendum for that to get signed by the buyer. So don't believe anything until it's in writing and it's been signed by both parties. Okay. Very, very important. This next one reminds me of the dramatics. Y'all remember the dramatics? That what you see is what you get, is what you get. I can't sing, but y'all understand what I'm talking about, right? In this case, what you see is not what you get. All right. When you go into these model homes, everything is updated. These are all options that are going to cost you a pretty penny. All right. So when you walk into these model homes, you have to understand, okay, the home that I'm looking for at the base price is not going to look like this, right? And that's when you see the hardwood floors and it's actually going to be carpet. That's when you see nice marble countertops and it's actually going to be granite, right? You see, white cabinets and it's actually going to be oak. Like, all of that stuff changes, right? Because the model homes are just trying to show you what the home could actually look like. They're not trying to show you what you're going to buy. Okay. And all of those options and upgrades, they cost a lot of money. So typically you go into a home and the base price could be 400,000, but all the options you actually want, the way it looks in that model home, is going to bring you up to 480, like that. Okay. So understand that when you're walking in, what you see is not what you get. All right. You need to understand what those prices are. Again, your agent will be able to help you with that. And that kind of takes me into the next one. I actually had a military vet that I was helping buy a new construction home. And we were able to strategize an effective way of taking advantage of the base price of the home. So let's just use 400,000 as the example for a base price. He bought the home, cookie cutter, just straight 400,000 base price, no upgrades, no updates, right? And the strategy of this is that the upsell of all of these upgrades, you can get aftermarket for a lot cheaper and same quality work. So instead of him putting in the wood floors, putting in the backsplash, in the bathrooms and in the kitchen, instead what he did was did everything at the base price, got the home for a flat 400,000. And the day he received the keys, the contractors came in, pulled out the brand new carpet, rolled it up. He sold that carpet, took out the countertops, sold the countertops, and he replaced everything in the home with what he wanted, and he did at a fraction of a cost. So all of those updates were going to be around $90,000 with the builder. He was able to do everything for $35,000. So that is a huge discount. Now, of course, if you have the liquidity to do that, that's great. Sometimes it's better if you don't have the cash in hand to make that happen, then yeah, you want to tie it into the loan and so forth. So I'm just telling you that there are definitely some strategies, some tips out there when it comes to new construction home. All right. Number 7, don't use the buyer's lender right away. Okay, so this is another tip that I give a lot of my clients. You want to leverage your loan officer against their loan officer. Every builder wants you to use their lender. They want you to use their lender because it is an incentive for them. But if you do not, you can actually leverage to get a lower interest rate with their lender, because 9 times out of 10, the builder's lender is going to beat whatever price you get out there on the market. Okay, so if I have a loan officer that's at Guild Mortgage and I'm with my loan officer and I get an excellent rate, let's say right now we're talking about interest rates at a 4.13. Let's say I get a 4.13 interest rate, and initially the builder was offering a 4.35. Okay, I get a 4.13 and I present that and I say, listen, I'm going to go with my loan officer. He's giving me a 4.1 interest rate. I can almost guarantee you that the builder's lender will beat that probably at a 3.9 or a 3.8 interest rate just to get your business. They want to have everything in-house, right? Or they'll add more incentive to it. They say, oh, okay, well, we'll actually provide a $15,000 closing cost credit. I mean, if you can go up that high according to the guidelines, but they will give you more incentive in order to work with their lender. Okay, so you want to leverage first, right, before you go with their lender. Okay, and then number 8, things can and will go wrong. I'm currently working on a new construction with my buyers right now. This home was basically a spec home. It was almost done. We got in escrow in January, the beginning of January, and it was supposed to close at the end of January. It is now March 25th, and they just closed today. And this home was practically already done. Like, we did the final walkthrough at the end of January. Things can go wrong, and you need an agent there that's going to help to negotiate through that process. So what happened with these particular clients is the city did not approve of a certain lot line, right? The first lot line that they had there, I guess they approved it, and all of a sudden they did not. Something with the roof eaves were going over the lot line of the other properties, and this has basically held up 8 other buyers in that area for this new construction. So in the interim, my buyers are now spending more money on rent because they were supposed to be out of their lease agreement. So now their landlord increased their monthly rent to keep them in there because they were supposed to be gone. Number 2, they had to change all of their plans so far as any type of remodeling they were planning on doing afterwards. It has really created an inconvenience for them, and we were able to negotiate and then also they locked their interest rate, and that rate had expired. That lock rate expired. So that costs additional money in order to extend that rate lock. And so we were able to negotiate to have the lender pay for that. And then again, they're using the builder's lender. So we had to say, well, now that we have this extension going on, you pay for it. It should not come out of my buyer's pocket. And we also want you to pay for the additional expenses that they've had to pay for. And we were able to negotiate all of that. So they came in with a very minimum amount of closing costs and their down payment. And they've received over $15,000 in incentives. So that's because they have someone that was there to represent them throughout this transaction. Again, things will go wrong. Okay, when they tell you that the home is going to be done in 6 months, you might as well add another 6 to 8 weeks to that because it usually doesn't go on time. Anyways, This is why you need an agent when purchasing a new construction home. Again, if you guys have any questions regarding this, please feel free to call me, to email me. My phone number, and I'm gonna throw it out there: 916-718-0097. Give me a holler. I'm here to help you, especially in the Sacramento area. And any questions that you have regarding the real estate market, especially when it comes to this and new constructions, there are a lot of new builds that are out there right now, and they are the popular way to go. All right. And let's also talk about what we have going on tomorrow on the first row. We have tomorrow's interstation panel is on interracial marriage. Woo! Interracial marriage. I'm in an interracial marriage, so I'm tuning in. I'm tuning in live. So Billy and the panel expect all the comments. I'm gonna be writing all types of stuff on this one. It's gonna be some great content for sure. For sure. All right. So that's tomorrow at 7 p.m. All right. Until next time, remember again, subscribe, like, and we'll see y'all next time. Later.